Hi guys, welcome to Race Centre. I'm Dazza. If you ever needed an example of why it's so important to make sure that your track bike is serviced properly, this is it. We made a whopping 27 more horsepower from just giving it a proper service. The condition the bike came in, it was pretty rough and it had been neglected. The customer had it doing a track day and, or last time he raced it, the bike started playing up, giving him some problems and cutting out. We actually found quite a few things wrong with it, from the charging system to things in the fuel system like kinked fuel lines. The fuel system hadn't been serviced in a very long time. So we first put it on the dyno, did an assessment, and you can see from the graphs, the first assessment, the bike ran really lean and didn't actually rev out properly. And you can see that from just after the service alone, that it made 27 more horsepower. Quite often people get into that routine of thinking that the more track days you do, the more practice days, the more racing, you're just going to get faster and faster because you're spending more time on the bike. And while there's an element of truth to that, if you're neglecting your servicing and proper servicing, then you're not necessarily going to get any faster. And this is, like I said, a really good example. This thing needed a top end service. It needed a new cam chain tensioner, a new cam chain, needed valve clearances done. As I said, the charging system wasn't working, so we've put a stator and rectifier in it. Now that's working. And that's really important too, because if your bike isn't, the spark plugs aren't getting the power they need, they're not going to spark properly and it's going to cost you power. Then, like I said, we did a full fuel system service, cleaned out all the injectors, put a new fuel line in it to get rid of the kink. A lot of times when people have a kinked fuel line and they try to unkink it, you have to remember those things have memory and it will always go back to being kinked. So you need to replace them. So we've done that. And then on top of it, while we had it on the dyno, we've given it a nice tune. So the improvement from the service alone was massive, and then the tune was just a nice little cherry on top to make the power delivery nice and smooth and what it should be. So it's come up a treat, but just thought it was a great example, another reminder why servicing your motorcycle properly is so important.